You're
more watch.
What?
What up?
What's up, everybody?
How y'all?
What's going on, y'all? More Watch Podcast. Thank you for joining.
Absolutely.
As always, you already know I gotta do my I love y'all. I appreciate you. Thank you for the IG messages, the YouTube comments, SoundCloud likes, the sharing.
Yeah.
If you're sharing the podcast with people, please tell them to subscribe.
Yeah.
That is so key for us.
We still 1,000 is the number. And again, we got prizes for y'all if you can actually make that happen. We got the Hammerhead fresh out the box as always. So
I'm telling you, I'm gonna use that shit like this
Ready to
season.
rock. As you heard, the violin was playing while Chad was loving on y'all. It's all good. we definitely appreciate y'all. I'm Chris, aka Tron Rides on IG.
I'm Chad Bennett on IG.
It's all right. Follow the Black Watch Cycling page on IG.
All the time.
That's what it is.
We ain't laugh this time.
Not the same way. He figured out a different way to say it. He figured out a different way to say it.
I want to say a little more serious this time. But
IG.
We do appreciate y'all though, for real. That's not even like game, but catch it. Like people start texting and messaging and just saying that. Oh, word? What did son say? Bro, you reposted it. And that was like really heartfelt. He was just talking about as far as watching the show and then just actually letting it play like multiple episodes, and that was dope.
Yeah,
we appreciate that.
Man, that hit my soul.
Yeah,
man.
that's what I mean.
I was like, dang, because I truly mean this. I really appreciate when y'all listen and watch the podcast because there's so much content out in the world, and you're choosing to watch more Watts.
Yeah,
watch and listen. For you to share that mental space with us, that means that we're feeding you.
Yeah.
We're feeding you.
The biggest thing that I've heard from multiple people that watch and listen is like, we appreciate what you're doing for the culture, the Black culture in cycling.
Yeah.
But it's not just Black cyclists that listen to us. There's a lot of people that listen to us, but it just made me feel as if like there's something that's like needed in the Black cycling community that we're providing. I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah,
absolutely. And if you're not a Black cyclist, we welcome you with open arms, right? Like, and I want you to continue to listen. If you're in our area, I want you to come out and ride with us because, like we've always said, we're all about building community.
Yeah, always.
That's it, right? Mm-hmm. And the fact that we want to uplift this section of the community, which is the Black and brown section, doesn't mean that we are casting dispersion on any other sections of the community.
Facts.
We just, you know what I'm saying? We love our hair and our skin when we got the baby oil on it. You know what I mean?
Baby oil.
Yo. Like, we love us. You know what I mean? All parts of us. Good, bad, indifferent, whatever. We love us.
Yeah. You're going to have to repeat that multiple times for people because it's funny enough, as many times as we've said that, we still have to continue to say it as a reminder. Like, we're for the people, all people, but we gonna zoom in on us.
Yeah, that's the focus. Because look, we all know that the marginalization of people of color in this country that's not anything new, right? But in cycling, we've been riding bikes since we were little tykes like everybody else.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
It's just that a light is never shown on us so that we can be uplifted and not marginalized, and so that people can see us in the community, or the community itself can see reflections of ourselves.
That's the part that's the most important.
In cycling, because if you watch, the World Tour or whatever, it's predominantly non-Black, right? Yep. Okay, that's fine. But in the U.S. and other parts of the world, there are plenty of people that are not pro-cyclists that ride their bikes, commuting to work, BMX, fixie, road, gravel, mountain, whatever. We're in every one of those spaces, and it's just good to see us represented.
All the different disciplines, like we're definitely there. I think somebody asked this question. I think it was at Gravel Watch. Can't remember who it was, but we were talking about the tour, and they were saying like, because I guess they believe that our belief is like, we want to get more black cyclists on a tour. Like, I mean, maybe, but
Maybe, yeah.
I don't think that's the
what you
concern.
wanna do,
Yeah, that's not the concern. It's just like, yo, you know, look, this is our space, and we want to highlight what we're doing here. I don't necessarily want to join yours. I just want, you know what I mean? I just want to shine a light on what we're doing, and it's for us, it's by us. But you know what I mean? If everybody else is involved, we got a lot of people that enjoy talking to, dealing with, that are in the cycling space that are, I mean, not from our particular community, but we enjoy having them around.
Yeah,
and want them to stay around too.
I'm probably gonna get beat up for this, but I stand firm on. I think there's much more to be had at the community level than the race level.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like, and I just don't understand why, like, when you talk to brands and all they're pushing is the race factor.
Yeah.
You know, like, get with a club and like put them on a world tour of like going to different states and cities and countries and doing bike rides. And that's
from that perspective.
Yeah, from that perspective of community. You know, you've got, like, I always wonder, like, why is there so much money being poured into like the race culture when there's only, like, for a crit race maybe 150 in the field at max.
And that's a big race.
That's a big race. And then how many on the world tour level?
I think each team may have 20 some odd rides, but I would venture to say it's a lot smaller than the NBA.
Right.
So,
right. And it's the same people every race. Yeah. Imagine being able to go on a world community bike ride tour, and you get to see
the community tours coming to a hood near you.
You know, you get to see like 100 different people in every city and state.
Yeah.
Not more than 100, it'll be thousands. I mean,
it'll be thousands.
That kind of exists with fondos, right?
So like, don't you think it makes more sense to do something at a community-based level?
That's really fire.
Absolutely. So, I mean, look.
Listen, I know I'm going to get beat up for that. Y'all got my back?
Of course.
Nah, you're good.
But your message is solid, right? Because your message, which is our message, which is we're one of many voices, right? Like, for example, I'm going to just use Justin as an example. Like, what he's been trying to do, and he and his team, his entire team, behind the scenes, in front, the racers, everybody, is trying to change criterion racing in the United States in a way that's more reflective of how U.S. cycling culture is.
Right.
As well as adopt things from other sports that are successful, right? But we got him and we got a few other folks that are like him. Our voice, you know, we're in the same deck of cards, but our hand just isn't the same hand. But that doesn't mean that his voice is louder or more important than ours, right? Like, so when we're talking about these community rides, it's important that we're always on group rides. It's important that clubs exist. It's important that large group rides exist. It's important that fondos exist, right? Like, and all these things so large groups of people can get together and just have fun riding a bike.
It's about feeling good on a bike.
Yes. Listen, I've played a sport or few in my day.
We all have, I would say.
And cycling, I would say out of every sport that I've played, cycling is the one sport that is, you can be uber competitive or you can just have a good time and kick it. It's hard when you're talking about tennis, soccer, field hockey, squash, basketball, football. It's just hard to just have a friendly game.
Yeah.
It's difficult versus cycling. We just pedaling, talking and stopping at the coffee shop and chilling and eating and then riding some more. Then, all right, y'all, let's run it back and do it again. Like, so cycling is unique in that way. And all that just speaks to the community, you know?
I mean, as far as getting people together on a non-competitive level, I think there's, you know, if it was a friendly pickup game in the park, how many people could you get to come out to watch cats just like, you know, gradually play ball or whatever? But if you just tell people like, hey, we just gonna get together, we riding 70 miles, whatever, to here, and here, like, people are excited about that, and the social aspect comes out. And not only that, it makes, I know it makes me feel, but I don't know how y'all feel about it. But like, when we do put on different events and either go to different events or put on different events, like, it's just a great feeling socially. I'm not really, you know, in this part of my life, I'm not sure I'm getting this from other spaces. Work, I don't really care. Two, if I do, I do. But the social aspect is a big deal.
Right.
And, it's just a good look. I'm sure people feel the same.
Like, when we were in Bentonville, I met someone from Oklahoma. He's like, hey, the next time you come to Arkansas, fly into Oklahoma and then go to Bentonville.
Like drive?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We crossed the border. It's right over there. It's right there.
Yeah, it's right
crossed the
there.
border.
And like for us, I think that's more of a direct flight than going into Bentonville. But like, I think about those types of conversations. You can't have that in any other sport. I'm not on the basketball court telling you how to get to Newark.
With you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Or whatever the major city is, or the town where the game is, or whatever. Yeah, no, it's not. It's just not the culture of the sport.
Right, and it just doesn't make sense to travel with a basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hoopers travel with the basketball. Shout out to the hoopers who always got the ball.
you could travel with your sneakers, but who's traveling with a basketball?
Some hoopers always got a ball in the bag. Shout out to the hoopers.
Comment if you actually travel with a basketball.
That's the thing.
Hoopers probably not watching this, bro. They're hoopers that got a ball with them all the time.
They better be in their teens,
It's
bro.
in there. Nah, bro. Grown men will have balls. The ball is in their car.
They checking the basketball through TSA.
TSA, hey, bro. They know they going off to their homie. Yo, you got your ball? All right, bet. I'm bringing mine.
Nah, I definitely know cats who got it in the trunk. So when they pull up to the park, like
Yeah,
if it's a game,
if it's a game, I'm jumping in.
I used to carry one in the trunk for sure, but it just doesn't happen in any other sport where you can kind of connect on a specific level, learn about what someone does, what else they do besides cycle, what kind of wheel set you have, what kind of group set you have, like these type of conversations that ultimately like help the brands,
Yes.
the networking is amazing.
Networking is crazy.
Stupid.
But like, when you're watching somebody on the tour level, unless there's someone there who's hyper focused on like that new group set that's coming out or that new wheel set this rider has, we don't know.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the community of events where you're like, wait a minute, I've never seen all white wheels before.
Right. Which was definitely in LA. Homie had an iced out bike. It was a Pinarello. It was all white. He had Princeton Carbon Works 65
Oh, with the
on it. It was all white with a little gold on it. All he was missing was the tires being white, bro.
Yeah, but I don't know if you did, but if you wanted to roll up next to him, be like, bro, I've never seen a bike like that. Talk to me about how, where.
I did.
It's possible. Yeah. And based on how he responds to you, you could have said, yo, I gotta go get me a Pinarello, man. That shit fire.
Yeah.
Like it's those type of experiences that, it may have been an opportunity for you to be educated on that wheel set. And he's got the time. He ain't going nowhere.
No, and
he's going somewhere, but y'all going to the same place.
And bet money he definitely want to tell you about his situation, how he set it up.
He know his joint is different.
Absolutely.
He know his joint is different. But speaking to this, like your comment about basketball talks to how ubiquitous it can be in Black American culture, right? Because basketball is a big sport, football is a big sport. Cycling, there's some ubiquity in cycling that we're just trying to unearth, right? Like, so there are still parts of our culture that come out on a bike. Homie had an all-white bike.
Was he kitted out all white?
He wasn't kitted out all white. He was kitted out all white. I'd have been like, yo, I gotta take a picture with you, son. I gotta get a photo. But and he actually rides around in our area.
Dope.
But that's also a part of our culture too, right? It's like us coming through with the alts, the you know what I'm saying?
There's no separating it.
The monochromatic suit. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. I'm peacocking. I'm showing you my wares.
You can't get us without getting us. Yes. And I think that part of it is really huge, because if that was the case, if the sport called for that to be left at the door, like leave all that fly shit y'all coming with, leave that at the door, I don't think we could enter it. I just don't believe we would flourish here.
But like we're doing that in more than just cycling. Look at golf. Shout out to Eastside Golf and Trap Golf. They are like, fuck you, I'm gonna wear these Jordans and this outfit, and we're bringing us to the culture. We're not doing anything but to the sport, but putting a little gold touch on it.
And I remember when Tiger was doing his thing, right? Like he just set the world on fire, and it took almost a decade and a half before Jordan made cleats. Like golf cleats. it was a no-brainer, right? Because the vast majority of that people that pick up irons to play golf are trash. Because golf is a very difficult sport to get some sort of level of proficiency, and it takes a lot of practice. But a lot of people go and play or whatever, but people like to style and dress and be individuals and showcase their things. Like, for example, going back to cycling, there was a homie, Tall Paul, in Miami. Mm-hmm. Homie has a finger hanging off the back of his seat. I was like, a finger? I was like, that's what's up, bro. Do your thing, man. Talk your talk, right? But it's just like, it's like the equivalent of having truck nuts on your bike.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Everyone is different. And that's awesome. Some people had ribbons tied on their handlebars. Remember, one of our buddies, Anton will do it as his IG. He would tie a $2 bill on his bike. On his spoke, right? To represent, I forgot what it represents, but it's something that's meaningful to him. And every bike, he just ties that $2 bill on there, you know?
Yeah, that's we just, everything we touch go gold, baby.
Yeah. It does, man. It does. So I know y'all, where's my camp? I know y'all hear us continue to please pour into the community in ways that are important to us, right? Like, have your ideas, but please reach to the community and get information on those ideas so that we got a nice pot that reflects the things that are important to us.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so don't go off into the rooms and just do things because you think that's what the community wants, but just engage with the community and see what just unearths from there. You'll be surprised. Yeah. But that makes me think of some of the cool things that we do, right? Like we, I'm saying not to my own horn, whenever my editor go ahead, give me the joint, because we throw a hell of an event.
Yeah, of course.
We you know what I'm saying?
I would say so myself.
The guys right here can put on an event, man. Like, real talk, come check us if you want to, right? And so our love of community, our love of cycling, right, and our love of just doing things great. We have Black Watts Day, which is our preeminent penultimate event, our tentpole event that happens on Father's Day weekend. We've been talking about this for the last couple of seasons. It's the impetus on how we started. But so now we've started dabbling with how to take that event and spread it out over the course of a year. And we've come up with a monthly cycling series called AM Watts, right? Where we get on the road once a month. It's like a mini event.
Yep.
That takes place once a month. It has not all the attributes, because Black Watts Day is special because it has family things, bounce houses, face painting, a whole thing that's really built around community and is intended to have 500 plus people. But our monthly ride series, like we want to have 50, 100 people, 200 people come out and have, like our partners with, like, we partner locally with Coffee and Cornbread, a local coffee shop out here in Montclair, New Jersey. So if you're in our area, go check them out.
Shout out to Monica and Monique, the sisters
these two sisters make phenomenal cornbread. Those of you that are from the South, the cornbread is legit.
Yeah.
Right. But that mixed with, like, our partnerships with some of the brands that we were working with is something that we felt like we wanted to give to the community. Right. So we created routes that are in different types of rides. So one route is like your straight up classic Black Watts coffee ride, where we're just chilling, true conversational pace. I'm talking 10 to 13 miles an hour, straight chilling, right? Nobody left behind the whole ride. We really, really chilling. And we got a whole other route where it's technically a no drop, but we don't drop people even when we do no drops, right? Like, so we have regather points, but really it's a faster pace. We're talking 16 to 22 miles an hour, right? So it's gonna get spicy. It's gonna get spicy. We want that ride to get spicy. We want the folks that want to really hammer it and go hard. You go off the front, you do your thing, right? But that middle part of the bell curve is still gonna ride hard, get a good workout, right? But the great thing about the event is that when it's over, you get to come back and get a feel of who we are as Black Watts.
Community.
Right? Which is community, right? We got prizes for KOM/QOMs. Like, we're tossing around ideas for other cool things where we can highlight and showcase people that are on the actual ride that day, it doesn't matter which group you're riding with. So come check us out, man. Like, really come check us out. If you're in the area, definitely make sure you come by. Check out our website, AM Watts Ride, and .com, .cc or .com?
.com.
Just .com.
Check it out. And we got some stuff on our IG about it. please come check it out. If you're in the area, please come join us. We would love to see you. Just mention that you heard about it on the podcast.
Yeah, and if you're coming from New York City, there's a train near there, right?
There's actually, you could, from the city, if you're coming from Brooklyn, uptown, whatever, just get down to Penn Station, and there's literally a train that drops you off at the spot. We're taking off from Montclair, Upper Montclair Plaza, and there's a train station right there in the parking lot. So if you're coming from the city, we got you. If you
from Philly, we got you.
Either
coming
way,
from Boston, we got you.
Straight like that.
We got you.
If you're driving across, either way, there's sufficient parking. There's actually 2 parking spots. So we're leaving from, like I said, Montclair, New Jersey. This is going to be April 1st. So
The first ride.
Ride, but we got multiple.
So check out the IG, like you said, the links are all there. It's in the link tree. Go to the website, register. We got a lot for you, for real.
Right. And go ahead, Chad.
But if you're in Tucson, Arizona, and you can't make it, you can always still shop at AMWattsRide.com.
Or you can go to blackwatch.cc/shop. And you can shop there too.
Yeah.
So, but, when we talk about community, we wanted to, when we sit down and we're having our powwows and we're doing our strategy and planning meetings and thinking about like what we want to do as we close out the year and how we're planning for the next year, we just started this a few years ago. We've had some things that we've learned, and we figured out some things that we're really good at. And it just so happens that the things that we're really good at, we also really enjoy. So when Chad is talking about community and what we just described about our ride, like this is what we're going to continue to do going forward, right? To have these monthly events where we can get community together and ride.
That's really what it's about. Like that's the crux of what makes us Black Watts.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah.
Please come out and join. And not only that, we a lot of times people that have these events or just rides in general, and we love the feedback when after just even regular rides, like tell me what you thought. And we hear you, because a lot of people were definitely asking for the spicier side of things, especially in this area, you know what I mean, local to this area. So we're trying to provide that. So we break it up in 2 groups. We have an A group and a B group, like you talked about. But specifically on the top of the A group, we really want people to like go hard. If that's what you're out here for, like please do. There's no hold back. It's not like Black Watch Day, it's a community event. We want everyone to stay together, have a great time.
The intention is to stay
together. We talked about the networking, you meet new people. We just want you to happen to have a ride, but we want you to be involved with the folks that are there. This ride, especially the A side, if you're going, go. Please
get it how you live, basically.
If you want it, then it's
we're
there for you.
Hey, wheels down, and we take off.
We'll see you back at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because on the bell curve, again, the A route, right? The A route. The idea is that if you want to get off the front and you want to hammer, because our first, we're going to have various routes, right? But for April 1st, it's only about 30 some odd miles, a little less than 35 miles, about 2,000 feet of elevation. So it's not that difficult at all. But, you can probably hit it at 21, 22 miles an hour if you really wanted to be spicy, right?
Yeah.
And get back. But the bell curve of riders, you're going to have those folks that are off the front, that are local pros, local really super strong riders that are going to go off. But then you'll have the crux of us that are in the middle, that are just, busting our behinds, having a good ride, laughing while we're riding, where we're going to have a few regroup points.
Yeah. And
then we're going to have the folks that are on that route because they just want the challenge of the elevation, right? So they're going to be on the tail end of that, right? Like, so within even the spicy part, we're still catering to community.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, because you can get with a group of people you don't know and say, hey, let's work together.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think the people you don't know is the whole point. Like if we we don't want to shutter ourselves in with it's just us. It won't be insular at all. So we open it up. If there's an A group and you want to go off the top, I want to invite people that I haven't ridden with before. You know what I mean? And even if I don't see them on a ride in the beginning and definitely at the end, we have like treats, beverages. I mean, maybe a little special beverage for you, depending on what you like to sip on and all that.
Little Black Watch, little beverage.
You know what I mean?
Soft drink.
So the community aspect before, during the ride, obviously, and then definitely after, man. Like it's gonna be something. So come on out.
Yeah, the beauty in all of this with A&Watts Ride is we realized that there's so many different clubs in the area, and you know people from other clubs,
Yep.
and it always feels as if there's this like unspoken word that, oh, you're riding with that club today, you know, and it's like, yo, let's break that toxic energy. Let's bring everyone together once a month, so you don't have to worry about like who you're riding with that day. You're coming to Watts Ride.
Yeah.
Whether you want to be spicy, you want to be spicy and social.
Right.
There's so many different options for you within that morning that I think will make you happy.
It will. And like I mentioned, we're going to have different routes. So every month we could potentially have a different route.
Yeah.
Right. That caters to both groups. So this month they're both about 30 miles ish or so.
Yep.
But next month we may have a 60 on there. We don't know. Like we got so many routes in the tuck. Right, shout out to Chad. Chad pretty dope on the route.
I create these routes.
I want to give Chad a shout out on the routes, man. Like Chad has found. Look, I don't know if it was by luck or what. But my man, you know what I'm saying? Creative genius comes together how it comes together, you know. But he found the butter roads, man. Like when I was in Atlanta at Mac One Love, one of the founders said that the reason why it's south of the airport is because they call those roads the Silk Roads. Like no potholes. You know what I'm saying? Nice long stretches of road where there's no stop sign or traffic light. You got rollers, you got little punchy climbs, but they call those the Silk Roads. And I took that concept and I was like, damn, like where are our Silk Roads? We do rides all the time where, you know, we can find parts of it, but it doesn't all come together in that way.
Yeah, this is
My
North
man
Jersey,
right
bro.
here,
This is terrible.
My man right here somehow found our Silk Roads. It is, man, this first route and we got another route that's like 60 miles. The roads are like incredible, like 2-3 mile stretches with no stop sign or traffic light, and the roads are just like chef's kiss.
Yeah.
So come on out.
Definitely, and you know, just a little, not disclaimer, but just to make sure y'all understand, like we got the SAG support as well.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we'll have a follow van. You know, if you need tubes or tools.
Yeah,
Little
but
COT,
there's no
all that.
lead out cars, so you
Yeah.
still need to be cautious of pedestrians and vehicles,
traffic,
traffic,
all
obey
that.
traffic rules and all that
Yeah,
sort of
there's
stuff,
no
which is
running
always
red
fun.
lights. You still
Like we don't do that. Like hold pause for a second. We abide by traffic rules. If it's a stop sign, we stop. If it's a traffic light, we stop. If it's yellow and it's a group of us, we just stop.
yeah.
We just stop, right? Because we want to try to minimize the potential for injury any way that we can.
Yep.
Right? We want to make sure everybody gets back home to their loved ones in the same way they came to the ride.
Yeah, we do not want to be responsible for
Sure.
that.
No, we don't. We don't. So, we follow a lot of clubs on Strava. We follow a lot of clubs on IG, and we always checking websites and things like that. Let us know. Give us a shout on IG or in the comments about your rides or something that you want us to come out to check out your Silk Roads, for example, or like your local event that you think we'll have a good time at. Like I said, it can be spicy or it can be, sweet. It can be whichever way you want to toss it to us. We'll take it.
It's that time of the year. Like I'm perusing online. I'm just seeing people posting all type of stuff. They got events here, there. So there's a lot going on. So yeah, if you have something like the same type of directive, we want to try to get this community together. So we'd love the support as well. So
Absolutely.
we'll come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Have you been training for
You
our
know,
first Watts ride?
I have. But that's just me. That's just me.
Chris, you can't win the KOM,
I
son.
cannot,
Yeah.
and I'm not going to. Kind of want to.
We're
but I'm not going
excluded from winning this
Yeah.
game.
That's for the
by the
people
way.
right there,
It's
man.
for the people, but no, I have, and training has been an important factor for me. Like, so I've lost, man, like about 10 pounds, 10, 11 pounds so far since January, and I would say that, which is important to me because since COVID, I've gained weight and I haven't been able to get back to my pre-COVID weight. Now I'm about 4 pounds off of my pre-COVID weight, and I'm so proud of myself for it. I made some dietary changes, yes, but I found other ways to reduce my stress, to get more sleep, and I've started doing workouts off the bike, like some calisthenics, some weights. This is my man right here. These two guys keep helping me with the weights and things.
You been in the gym, son?
Been in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Not like y'all, but you know what I mean? On my little, I'm creeping on the come up on it. I don't tell them about all my gym work. We talk all the time, but I don't tell them about my little gym work.
Oh,
but
we know Chris is like
in the lab. No, but
he don't know his Whoop is still on Strava.
Right.
So we still see what you're doing.
Right, word. But I have, and we have a coach that we've just been working with for the last couple of seasons, and she just helps us become better cyclists. So on bike stuff, I really enjoyed learning through her coaching, actually, what my natural inclination is as a cyclist, right? Like, do I like fast, punchy, like, I can go up real hard and then recover quickly, or do I like long, sustained at a higher level of effort, or do I like the slower, long, sustained?
Yeah. Sidebar, do you know what I love about our coach? Is you can be 1,000% vulnerable with her.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Coach Kate.
Yeah, like literally how you're feeling or how that workout went. You can kind of tell her how your body was reacting to it. And that level of vulnerability allows her to like make minor adjustments for the following week.
They seem minor, but then every time, whatever I tell her, like, yeah, it was kind of like this, or I wasn't feeling good here, she'd be like, noted.
Yeah.
Next training session, like that's incorporated in, and she really has your back.
Yeah,
Be
sorry.
careful though. No, you're right, but be careful. Let her know. Oh, that was kind of, that was kind of.
Yeah, she turned the dial up on you.
Turn a little knob up on you.
She tried to kill me the other day. I'm here to tell my story.
Turn the knob up on you a little bit. No, but Kate always. I mean, because we're similar as cyclists, but we're different, right? And she's found a great way to understand who we are as individuals, as well as when we ride together, what we do collectively.
Yeah, because we compare notes, and Chris will go, I'm not doing the workout y'all doing.
Right.
The same one.
Exactly.
Because you're doing zone 2.
I'm doing a lot of zone 2.
So for our people, zone 2 is what? This is not a Coach Chris moment.
No, but zone 2 is considered to be, for lack of a better way to describe it, you can have a full conversation for the entire ride. I don't mean like, no, I mean like how we're conversing right now.
Yeah.
For the entire ride. And the thing with zone 2 is that it's supposed to be something that's an extended period of time. So if you typically do an hour ride, your zone 2 should probably be maybe 2.5 hours until you continue to build to something longer. And it's something that's widely known in running as well. Like even the top marathoners in the world, they don't always run at the highest tempo the whole time. The vast majority of their runs are the slower, controlled, endurance runs. So it's the same thing holds true for cyclists. And there's tons of literature and research out about it. Just Google or go to YouTube and search zone 2 riding and you'll find out a lot about it. But what makes zone 2 difficult is because it's slower and it feels easier, which it should. It's hard to do that with a group of people that don't all buy in.
Yeah.
It's like, I want to, whether it's a segment that they want to get or they're just like, yo, I'm riding too slow right now.
Yeah. Because, I mean, the hardest part for me with zone 2 is like incline, like going uphill, because I just naturally want to get it over with. So my heart rate already jumps to like zone 3.
Right. So for us here, like we live in a valley, right? And we always come out of the valley to do all of our rides. So and it's not like in California where it's mountainous, but we just have a lot of hills and valleys. And what Kate has me do is I do zone 2 heart rate because it's hard to sustain a
zone 2
power because we have so many inclines that are around that can range from 1% to goddamn 20% on any given route. So she's just like, just keep it in your zone 2 heart rate. And you can find that by, I think there's a calculator online. I think it's your 220 minus your age or something like that helps you with your max heart rate if you don't know it, if you don't wear a heart rate monitor. And then from there, if you place that into a calculator, it'll give you a rough estimate of what your zones are. So staying in that zone 2 heart rate is the way that I do these longer extended rides.
Yeah. You should definitely wear a heart rate monitor though.
Yeah.
I know
if you're training,
for sure.
Heart rate and power are important.
Yeah, but not even if you're just training. I think you should just wear it because you should always know if your heart rate is like high 180s. And it's like not okay over an extended period of time. Like I know you could feel your heart rate But like to know your heart rate is that high for a sprint turn, you need to chill the fuck out.
Your shit is just jacked.
Yeah, you are not crit racing. You're on a social ride.
Yeah.
Slow your ass down.
But you know, like that's the fun part about riding with other people. Or the annoying part is if you're in a training block and today's ride, you know, is you're supposed to be maybe not zone 2, but maybe like one step above zone 2, which is zone 3, which is tempo. But tempo is, again, sustained, but slightly more difficult than zone 2. But the people you're riding with are like surge. You're like, we're going to, like Chad said, oh, here comes the climb. We're going to go up as hard as we can. And then they get over the climb and then they slow down. And then, you know, so that surginess, if you're in a training block, may not be good for you because then it throws off.
You can't mix the two.
You can't.
I mean, you could go out, but if you're on a social ride and you have training that day, you might want to
hop on first.
Yeah, hop on Zwift or get outside early or whatever. But trying to mix the two is, you could do it, but it's not recommended. If you want to have a good time, you know what I mean, with your peoples or whatever.
Your people is hard.
Yeah,
it's hard. And by the way, a hard, fast ride is not the same as a hard zone focused workout. It is not the same. Like doing anaerobic power workouts, which is like zone 6, those are fucking hard, bro.
Yeah. I don't even know if you could like on a regular, outside of a closed crit course. I'm not sure if you could even get to zone 6 deep enough or stay there in a long enough time outside. Like I'm not sure if that's possible. Here I'm talking about.
People usually touch it just for 10 seconds and then they off. But like when you're doing the workouts where it's like 45 seconds in zone 6, 1 minute in zone 6, like that is hard. And if you don't believe it, let me tell you all to do something. If you have Zwift, who's one of our partners this year, shout out to Zwift, jump on Zwift, or if you have Trainer Road, jump on it and just do what is called like an anaerobic workout. And just try one of them for an hour.
An hour?
Just do pace partner A or B. You gonna learn today.
Yeah, you gonna learn. You gonna learn. But the workout though, because it's structured, you can see that you gotta get up, get down, get up, and get down.
Yeah,
you gotta see it.
Yeah.
So the workouts definitely help. If nothing else, helps you with your pedaling dynamics, right? Helps with your posture on the bike. It helps you understand yourself when you're under a tremendous amount of stress and load, right? Like how you respond or where your limits are.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing that I've gathered from it, the biggest lesson that I gathered from it is, I'll be thinking about, like you said, posture or whatever. I'm like, oh shit, it hurts more, but I can put more power down when I just let my core do it, whether I'm not pressing hard on the right. So I just let my core hold me up, and then now my legs are just throwing down more power. I'm like, oh shit, it's just certain things I just picked up. But the biggest lesson is on Zwift is funny. When the power is crazy high and you're at the end of a workout, Zwift plays with your mind. They start making the screen fuzzy. You ever see that?
Yeah.
Like, you be like, am I really that? Yeah, I guess I am that tired. But it's in your head. And then I catch it outside. Like when I'm putting something down or I'm really going after it. I've had that mental training, like this is dumb hard, but I can't quit. I have to finish it. So now I'm outside. It transfers over.
Yes.
And that was like, that's probably one of the biggest lessons that I've learned.
Yeah. I promise to be more faithful to Zone 2 this year.
Come on, man.
I was not faithful last year. But
come on, enjoy me.
Because over the winter, I'm heavy on Zwift. So I've been doing some Zone 2 and I'm like, oh, this really helps.
Yeah.
Like Zone 2 over an extended period of time, you can just feel your fitness increasing, like keeping that level of consistency. So now the goal for me is like anything like between 90 and 100% Zone 2 on a ride.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say, and I said this to the guys a week or so ago, that I know I'm a stronger cyclist than what I was in 2020, obviously.
Yeah.
But even from my peak of 2022 to where I am right now, I'm better. Because when I went to LA in January and I rode with Bahati, shout out to Methods to Win and everybody out at all clubs, Ken, Sharon, and the whole crew out there that had a great session for us, and we had a great time riding with those pros and those Category 1 riders. I was like, oh,
Felt her good.
I can kind of do this for a little bit. Don't y'all good right here? You know what I mean? Like, don't turn it up any more than this. But I'm good. And when I got back, Kate was like, "Oh, Chris, like you hit new power targets," and I was like, "Word." Right, like so the things that I'm working most on are my 10-minute power, my 5-minute power.
Yeah.
And within that, I'm also looking at how within those where is my heart rate and trying to make sure that as I'm raising my floor, my heart rate is staying in zone 2, so that way I can put out more power with less cardiovascular stress.
Yeah.
So
The
I know that sounds technical, but
yeah,
it's an endurance sport.
And there's different like targets within zone 2.
Yes.
Like, for example, our coach had me at the top end of my zone 2 on a workout. This weekend, she wants me on the low end of zone 2 on my workouts. So there's different variations within zone 2 that you can focus on. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I haven't been outside. I'll be back outside in April, I believe.
Because Chad doesn't come outside when the temperature has less than a 6 handle on it.
You haven't? No?
He has not been outside.
I haven't been outside at all this year.
He hasn't been outside since October.
Well, I was outside in Miami.
Yes.
That was December.
What's the last? Oh, you did gravel. I was thinking you was on the gravel.
No.
He made it known.
Yeah.
When we came back from Bentonville,
That's a fact.
that was October. We may have had one day, maybe 2 days where the temperature got to be like 65 and like autumn, right? Which happens. Right?
And I wore shorts on that ride.
Yes.
It was cold as shit, and I wore shorts.
That's it. After that, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. He's been on the trainer. So shout out to Chad, man. He's really been diligent with still getting his rides in. And
yeah, 3-4 days a week. I'm intentional about making sure from December all the way through the end of March, I am consistent and I'm on a trainer doing my workouts. And then come April, I'm outside again. And I don't want to hear this shit talking about, oh, you just don't got the right gear. No, I have all the gear.
Yo, word, Chad.
Like literally.
Chad has purchased everything. He and I talk about it a lot.
Yeah.
He's literally purchased everything. He's just like, it's just too cold for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to feel this. Like, and what's so great about Chad, I'm letting everybody know. What's so great about Chad is like, you know what? I can start the ride feeling great. But when we stop and I start to feel my sweat, it's over for me. Like, I don't want to be out here anymore.
Yeah, I don't like
he
it.
Hates the cool down, right? So like Chad would have to be outside, and how we start, you would have to just ride continuously. If that's an hour, then that's an hour.
The long stops in the cold, that's a problem.
Right,
that,
and I understand the
like
logic.
it.
So if that means that I can only ride for an hour and a half nonstop, well, I can just do that on Zwift.
Exactly.
Like, and that's his logic.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get it.
You've been around me long enough to know that when I make
know.
a decision on something, there's some type of logic behind it.
That's it.
And I don't care how many jokes y'all have on me. My ego is probably like this big. And I don't be giving a shit. So
he does not care.
I don't care.
So
You gonna see me when you see
you
me.
a rider. You're not a real rider because you ride outside. Chad is like, yeah, you can be cold. I'm good, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'll see you on
That's
Zwift.
cool.
Come on, join me on Alpay.
Yeah.
I'm doing Alpay tomorrow.
Yeah,
saying I'm a bullshit rider? Come
I
join
am
me on
totally
Alpay.
I'm cool with the name calling. You're not a rider. That's fine for me. I still gotta get up on Monday and talk to my clients at the end of the day. I don't do this for work.
But Chad is dropping in. Oh, really? Come on and join me on Mirror in the Mountain on 3 seconds. You think it's sweet because I'm inside? Come on and join me. Let's do this 2 hours quick.
Your
butt's hurting at 40 minutes? Oh, who's me now?
Let's climb for 2 hours.
Let's see
me,
what's
bro.
good.
60 minutes, but when the buzzer go off, bro, I can't. That's it. That Zwift longevity, I got to give it to you, bro, because I can't do it.
It's not as bad as people make it out to be. You got to think about it. And we were talking about this yesterday. Yeah, when we first started cycling, 20 miles was a lot.
Yeah, of course.
And we would go home and close our eyes.
I was scared. Chad, I'm like, yeah, we could just do this 20 miles. I was like, nah, baby.
Yeah.
20 miles just felt incredible.
And it sounded incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
20 miles, you start thinking when you're in the car.
Yeah.
Like, wait, if I drive from here to here, that's only 4 miles.
Right.
No, I was doing the reverse. I was thinking about the drive, but I'm like, yo, how long would it take me to walk? I'm comparing bike, cycling, and walking. Like 20 miles. Like, nah, hell no. It was wrong.
Yo,
I know Zwift is the same. It's not like a lot of people do say that. Like, yeah, you in a saddle. I don't even care about that. Saddle time is not the problem. like I can't not be bored. I try to do podcasts, watch movies and all that shit. It's an hour. I'm good, bro. I can't do it.
I watch races. I watch HBO series, Netflix series. I watch podcasts.
Yeah.
I've taken a meeting at some point.
Yo, we've had a meeting after we've been riding, right? We've had a meeting where
we took the Kate ride, the Kate call I was on. I had to.
Yeah, so like you can get through it. I was shocked. I can't believe I did 3 hours of climbing.
3 hours is the longest I've ever done.
Yeah, but
I was out of my mind after 2 hours, boy.
But it feels like such an accomplishment, though, right? To pedal nonstop.
Yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Right? Like, that is something, because when you're outside, unless you're absolutely riding by yourself, but even if you're riding by yourself, you coast. At some point, you coast.
Yeah.
Right? Zwift, you have to pedal.
Downhill and all that.
Downhill, the whole thing. You got to pedal the whole time.
Yeah.
You should be like, blink, blink, blink. And just like, it just turn you off. Like, you got to pedal, bro.
But now that I've spent a lot of time climbing over the last, couple of months, now it's just another thing. I don't stress it. Like, remember when we first started, it was like, yo, Alpe du Zwift? Oh my God.
Oh, I ducked that for a minute, bro.
Yo, no, I'm good on that. Now it's like, yo, let's do Alpe every Saturday.
Yeah.
It's only an hour and change.
It's an hour and change.
That's
it. Bro, like, Zwift is the great equalizer, hence why, like, they have the Zwift competition that ends up turning into people getting pro contracts and that sort of thing, but it is a great equalizer, because people from all over the globe, you can ride. If you don't have the mountains in California or in Colorado, like where we are, right?
Yeah.
In the United States, you can still mimic routes and roads from other parts of the world, or get in their own virtual world and climb Alpe du Zwift, which is like, Alpe d'Huez, right? Like, so you can do all these types of things and get that same experience, which I believe is harder on Zwift, because you got to pedal the whole time.
There's no coasting at all. Once you stop pedaling, that's it.
And you're not outside, you're inside. So how you regulating your body temperature?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Are you hydrating the same way? Because outside, I think naturally you feel like, I need to drink something. Yeah. But if you're inside doing the workout, like, it's just an hour, I don't need nothing to drink. But you're still on the bike. Yeah. So you still got to drink the same way you would be if you were outside.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, bro. Like, I feel like a mile on Zwift. I feel like an hour on Zwift pedaling is probably like an hour and a half outside. Somewhere in there, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, but it's
just for the number of revolutions that you make is definitely higher on Zwift.
I would say so.
Harder or not, like, it doesn't matter. That. The math is definitely higher.
Yeah, I mean, the hardest part about Zwift and then transitioning to outside is the lung capacity of, like, the outside air.
Yeah,
it's different.
You could throw the fan on, and even if you have the actual either Wahoo or whatever device that you're using, if you have that component, the fan, it's cool. It gets you there, but it's not the same. Like, when you're outside, you don't. You may go like 20 miles and you stop at a light, or y'all stop for real. Whoosh! Now you just drenched. The whole time you don't feel like you're sweating. You really are. You just can't feel it because you're outside. The wind is catching. So inside, like, whether you have the fan or not, as soon as I start, it's over with. I'm just pouring.
Yes.
Damn, I want to get off, bro.
Right.
Damn.
Right.
Yeah. It's different.
Yeah.
Sweat all over. Yeah. You got your towel here. You got the sweat catcher there.
Yo, typically weekend rides, I will have 3 bottles.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 bottles on my little table stand or whatever you want to call it. Training rides where it's just an hour block, I still do, it's 2 bottles. And I typically go through those 2 bottles. And it's just helped me get into a cadence of, like, hydrating. And I come out of those rides just feeling great. And I can move on to whatever is happening after the ride.
Right. I think going from Zwift to outside where we are, because there's so much undulation, when we start our ride, we're going uphill somewhere.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how steep do we want it to be.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so we can go, if you think about us going from, like, where we are in South Orange just to Millburn, which, y'all, is about only like a mile. right? For those who are in this area, we can go up Highland, we can go up Northfield, we can go up
South
Mount
Orange.
Pleasant. Like, think about all.
Yeah.
And then when we get to Melbourne, we still got to go up Milburn Ave. Like,
Yeah.
so to me, that's the one thing that it takes a few rides to get your legs
adjust
used to
back to,
again.
yeah.
Because on Zwift, when you start pedaling, it's not like, oh, here we go, we're going straight up
Yeah.
right away, right? You know, you can go flat for 7, 10, 12, 15 minutes or whatever.
Yeah, the beauty is the muscle memory. You know, like we were talking about this before, is like when you're putting out 250 watts for 5 minutes, then that means you can do 250 watts at, like, your muscle knows no different.
Yes. Yep. Doesn't
You know,
matter.
Gravity or otherwise.
Yeah,
otherwise.
it doesn't know any difference. So, like, I think that's the thing that I'm excited about going into this year, is just like the lactic acid buildup, how it shifted for my legs, and what that will look like going outside. I'm
so
excited.
happy
for
to
it.
hear you say that, because I wanted to start some rides going up Mount Pleasant from the bottom all the way to the top.
Let's do it. See, last year I would have said,
Yo, last year Chad have been like, nah, I'm not doing that.
fuck out of here,
I'm
Chris.
not doing that.
But now I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
'Cause-
Because for those who don't know, Mount Pleasant is probably like a 2.5 mile climb, probably. Average grade is maybe like 7%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you gotta understand, I've been climbing for like the last 3 months.
Yeah,
So
easily,
now I'm like, yo,
It's about 15 minutes. It's about like
Yeah.
a 15 minute, like
Yeah.
from the bottom. It will
From the
take you
bottom.
about 15 minutes. Yeah.
Because we started on Zwift this year in August. No, not August, I'm lying. October, I meant to say. Because Kay had us doing a few things, getting ready for Bentonville,
Yeah.
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 right? So we've been on the trainer for mad long, bro. October, November, December, January, February, March, 6 months. That's half the year on the trainer. Shout out to us.
Shout out to
Yo, I know there's a lot of people that train year round. Like whether it doesn't matter what the season is. If they're not outside, they're on a trainer. That I think I want to start doing that as well. Like if it's like it's raining today, or it's like just a bad day. I typically in the past I fold that, put that shit away. Like you know what I mean,
Yeah.
I puts it away. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to try
You know,
that.
you got the luxury of having a few things to put on a trainer these days. So you know,
It's coming. We got
You
something
go-
for y'all.
we're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
No, so back to training. So I haven't been outside, but you have.
Yes.
You've done some endurance rides. And what are you packing? What are you using?
Yeah, like so I want to say this, like we just got a great partnership with Lead Out. It's a bag company. Check them out on their website. It's leadout.com.
Lead out gear.
Lead Out Gear.
Lead out gear.
Yeah, and search for them on IG.
Saddlebags, frame bags.
frame bags, bar
bar
bags.
bags.
You need a bag, they got you.
Central case, all
But
that.
there's this mini bag. So we used to use Rafa bags a lot, right? I mean, I think collectively, maybe Ak was always different because Ak is different.
Yeah.
It's hat.
Actually, Ak is the one that.
No, that's what I had. I had the lead out.
Yeah, he's had
he
Lead
was
Out
the
first.
first one. We had Rafa bags, and I was like, "Yo, why is his bag so much smaller,
It's smaller and it
than
fits.
ours?"
It fits better. So we have what is called the mini.
Yeah,
It's called the mini, and it's like perfect. It's like you can get all three of your shirt pockets worth of food and nutrition or whatever inside that bag, right? So, and the good thing about it doesn't like jiggle when you ride. Like
Yeah.
it stays connected to the handlebar in a way that I hadn't experienced with any other bag. So I just did last weekend. I just did a 5-hour ride, zone 2, and I had everything that I needed in the bag. And what's great about it, the tassel. It's these small things about
Yeah.
it.
It's got the
this
rubber
tassel
grip.
has little rubber on it, and it's long. So if I had on gloves, I could easily grab it while I'm riding. Slide it over, reach my hand in, grab my gel, slide it back, open my gel, take my gel, and be Gucci.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's small things like that. And those that attention to detail on those just functional things that I think Lead Out really knocked it out the park with. So shout out to Trevor and team on killing that. But I'm taking with me, man. Like ideally, I'm taking with me 2 Team Kitchens. Shout out to Team Kitchen. That's a local small business here that's in New York that makes oatmeal in packets. Tastes like
Apple
apple
pie.
pie.
Shit is fire.
Absolutely, it's fire. So I'm taking 2 Team Kitchens. I'm taking some of the Scratch chews.
Yep.
Energy chews.
Shout out to Scratch.
Shout out to Scratch, another one of our partners. I'm also taking a Honey Stinger, a little Honey Stinger gel pack, because the honey works really well for me. So I have two, and two of each of those. And then in my bottles, I have the Scratch High Carb Mix, which is 400 calories in each one. So basically, I can do 60 miles without stopping, as long as I don't, if I hydrate properly the day before, whatever, I don't have to stop.
I think that the like, we were talking about it before, like you said, when you guys had the Rafa bags. Rafa bags are dope, but even like other manufacturers, Trek, so be it, they go from bar to bar.
Yeah.
Like from drop to drop.
From drop to drop, yeah.
And they're pretty big. And like a lot of times, if you're on a 60, 75, yeah, you might need all that. But a lot of times we're just running 30, 40 miles. I want to get after it. I'm not like on a weight weenie thing or taking away from the arrow, but it's a small bag. It just fits, right? It tucks in and it does, like you said, it doesn't move. So if I'm going on a fast ride or like just 30 or 40, this is perfect. I don't need that much, but I'd rather not have it, you know what I mean, in my pocket. So it's just a perfect bag for that.
Stop the bullshit. Aesthetically, it looks great.
Yes, it does. It does.
I said,
yes, the functional piece, but I just don't want this big ass bar bag. Yeah, the small, the small compact looks dope.
Yeah,
period. It looks dope.
You know what it reminds me of? Like, I used to watch a cartoon and a little Mountie dog had a little joint under his chin, right? And under he always had brandy. He would take the joint out and do the brandy because he's stuck in the snow. But how that just fit like almost under the dog's chest.
Yeah.
The bag fits like literally. I don't know if we'll probably cut to something, but it's like small. It fits perfectly, bro, and it doesn't move. The thing to me is that it doesn't do the jiggle thing.
I hate when it sounds like you got a chain on.
Yes,
because it's clicking and the straps are dope too. Because instead of they don't like pull up and then just hang loose or whatever. Like the way they're set up, it doesn't mess up the bar either. You're not gonna have any metal pieces or anything on your bar, so you're good on that. And it stays put. The race light is the one that we have, and it's just a crazy material. Looks dope as hell. Like he said, it's fire though. Yeah, aesthetically, it is fire.
Shout out to Ock, because we was fine with our parts.
And we even tried, like when we had the larger raffle one.
Yeah,
I got a small one, the Ellen Page version. I love all the colors that she did on that design. So shout out to Rafa and Ellen Page on that. Like that was the one that I used on my important rides. Like when I did Mac One Love and I did those 60s on those days, I had the Ellen Page one and I had all my stuff in it.
Yeah.
And I found, now that I've been using the lead out bag, that I was overpacking.
Like you weren't using everything that was in there.
Using everything in there, so I was carrying unnecessary stuff.
Straight like that, more weight.
Right. So once I had my lead out one, I was like, all right, I got everything. So, under my saddle, I still have my saddle bag, right? So I was like, wait, all right, damn. And I took it out, the stuff out of my lead out bag, put it in my Ellen Page. My Ellen Page bag was like tumbleweeds, bro.
You can just squeeze it, try to roll it up.
So much more stuff in it.
Yeah.
So, and because it's the one that we have is like cylindrical, so it's perfect, bro. Like it has more volume in it than your typical rectangular box one.
It's fire, facts. Boy.
This isn't like, we're not trying to sell you on some shit. If I didn't like it, I wouldn't even.
No word. Like, you've never heard us talk about bar bags before. There's a reason.
Yeah.
Because they were just utilitarian. And like I said, even the Ellen Page one I had had great colors, and it was a smaller version of what Rafa had done. This, though, the reason why I started talking about the lead out bag, because the functionality of it is so fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Ock for that. He just buy shit and don't even tell us. He'll just pull up. And like,
we hit him with the Friday. Damn.
Yeah. Like the hat he got on today.
Right. I told my man, you know what I'm saying? It's like the joint with the little ball on the top. There's another ball on the top.
It's the color. And he got to match the hoodie.
Man, he know what he doing.
Nah, that's not. I'll leave that to y'all. That's like, y'all give it up.
Also in the Air Maxes. We ain't gonna say nothing about that.
We're not even gonna mention the Air Maxes,
My man fly over there. Go ahead on my man swag and his fly.
Yo, y'all could get like that though. But we got something for you as far as the AM Watch Ride. We were talking about that earlier, but that's what we want to do. We want to make sure when you come out, it's something for you. So you win the KOM of the day. I'm saying we got a little prize and all that.
KOM, QOM, yep.
Maybe some preams and everything, come out.
Yeah, come on out and join us. So like I mentioned, hit us up, Black Watts Cycling on IG, blackwatts.cc on the website, and we have an actual event site, amwattsrides.com. It has all the information about AM Watts, why we decided to start it. You can see who our partners are on it. And it just has other great information about the rides, all the ride dates, so please check us out. I mean, even if you're not in the area, just check us out. And if you come through in the summer or at any point in time you're traveling in New York, New Jersey area, join us.
Yeah.
Join us for the ride.
Buy a jersey.
Yeah.
Buy a t-shirt.
Buy a bandana.
Help support us, because
buy something.
Like, this is a labor of love for us. Like, we're all grown men. We have families and kids, and we're very happy with what we've been able to accomplish professionally. But cycling has been our baby, right? Like, it's the thing. Like, we put our own resources in to doing things, and we've spent a good penny.
I don't even design no more. Like, this isn't what I do for a living. So when I design and do things for the club and the brand, it's out of love.
Yeah. And,
all of it.
And so when you guys buy merch and stuff like that, we put it right back into the community things we do. I mean, you've heard us talk about what we do for Thanksgiving, or what we do for back to school, or what we do for Christmas. Like, yeah, we try to get funds from the people that support us, but by and large, it's the three of us that are making that happen financially for those that are in need.
Yeah, we don't got no big budget from nobody.
No, we don't. However, if anybody knows anybody that wants to put us on, you know what I'm saying? Come holler at your boy.
This coming out of our pocket.
Yeah, but
the support is dope, but even second to that, like, when we come out, I don't know why this is dope to me, but like, cop a jersey. And then on AMY, it's like 60, 70 of us. Everybody's like, all of the same.
Dope, man. Like,
it's just a good look,
man.
In the same just mobbing out. Like, it's just a good look.
Mobbing out
for the event.
Like, it's a one ride a month where you get to be one club.
Yeah.
Think about that.
One band, one sound.
Yep.
One band, one sound. And what's great about the jersey, I mean, shout out to Chad. It's fire, bro. Like, it's actually a great jersey. It's not like your typical Fondo jersey that looks like NASCAR or something like that. Or it's just is unattractive.
Just names everywhere.
Yeah, he designed something fantastic, and you're going to see us in it. You're going to see us on IG in it and stuff like that. But I think everybody will enjoy the actual color of the jersey because it's different.
Yeah, it's AM Watts. Wake up, bro.
You can wear it with blue bibs, black bibs, green bibs, brown, burgundy, tan, white. There's not a bib that does not match the jersey.
That is correct.
April 1st. It's the
is
first
the
one.
ride.
It's a monthly series.
And I would branch out to say it's an affordable jersey.
Of course.
No. We specifically wanted to make sure that this jersey was priced at the lower end of all jerseys, so you can grab it. It's lower than what we typically would charge for a jersey, again, because it's coming out of our own pocket. So we got costs we got to cover, but for this one, we just said, we want to keep it as absolutely rock bottom low as we possibly can. So you will not find a jersey of this quality. This is important, because you can find trashy jerseys for $20. We don't do that, right? But with Chad's design prowess and the level of energy and effort and time that we put into the design of that, and the conversations we have and things like that, mixed with the quality of the materials of the jersey and the colors and all that sort of stuff, the way it comes out, which is the sublimation. I know that may be heavy on the manufacturing, but I just wanted to speak to that to say that it's a great jersey.
Yeah, caught that. Come on out.
Limited quantities. We do not have forever jerseys.
No. You don't.
Come be a part, man. It's gonna be
part of it.
It's gonna be fun, man. I'm telling you, you're gonna have a great time.
Great time.
Oh, by the way, listen, I know we said we mentioned our partners, Coffee and Cornbread. It's where we're actually leaving from, which is in Upper Montclair Plaza. But we gotta. I mean, she's gonna have food for everybody, like a special menu that you can order from. So we're gonna obviously have drinks, things of that nature, but everything coming back, we'll have food for you, prizes. There's just a lot going on. So please come out.
And also, shout out to all of our sponsors. I'm sorry, not sponsors. Our partners that are working with us on this, because I wanted to draw that distinction, because they're not sponsors for us. They're actual partners. which has been Coffee and Cornbread. Obviously, Monique and them lead out. Zwift, Scratch, Shram, Track. Anybody else I'm leaving off? That's everybody, right?
That's everybody.
Yeah, I think that's everybody. Yeah,
That's a lot. That's 6.
Oh, Shammy Butter.
Kara.
Shammy Butter.
Kara. Sheesh.
Kara, Shammy
leave
Butter.
out.
Yeah, 7. I knew I was, so 7. Shammy Butter. Check out Shammy Butter. It's actually a great product. Your nether regions will definitely appreciate you.
It's Chris, man. That's how he do.
Hey, man, I got a lot of kids. Tell you, diaper cream. Diaper cream. That's what it is. Every time I say it, Oxface is like, bruh.
Wilding with that.
That was a great episode, guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's, like, we're gonna obviously continue to record. I think some of the future podcasts will be super special for y'all. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna close out season 2. We're gonna do that and go into the cycling season. Yeah, I know we got some other great content pieces coming up.
Yeah, we'll see y'all on the road. You know what it is for the rest of the year. Whatever event you're going to, like any fondos, any centuries you're doing, any races that you might be in, especially the local races, like Branch Brook or Plainfield. We'll definitely see you in Harlem on Father's Day or Juneteenth for that weekend. So there's a lot coming up. But yeah, please check us out.
We'll be
get back to it.
This isn't a
we'll get back to it.
Series finale.
See, I wouldn't have said anything. I would have just been like, yo, we out. We catch y'all on the next.
See, Chris being toxic again.
I would have said nothing.
Right. Listen, I'll see you when I see you, bro.
Yeah.
No,
appreciate y'all.
Yeah, the podcast is not over. It's not done. We just got some special things that we're putting together.
Yeah.
And we'll still be releasing some stuff. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
All right.
Hit up the
All right,
website.
y'all.
You know what it is. More watch.
Well, watch.
Peace.